this one is asking us to determine the angle between u, which is given by 1, 2, 1, and v, 7, -3, -1. Okay, so now we're going to need, because it says angle, we're going to need one of those formulas, our like supreme equation, right, relating the dot product and the angle. So we're going to take this formula here, and what we can do is rearrange it so that we have theta by itself. So that derivation is going to be, or that rearrangement is going to be the cosine inverse, or arc cosine, whichever one you want to use, of u dot v over both of their magnitudes, right? So I'll make the first one a u, so u, and then v, magnitude of v on the bottom there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is basically just plug in what this formula says. Okay, so we're going to have theta equals cosine inverse of u dot v, so that's going to be 1, 2, 1, dotted with 7, -3, -1. Okay, that's on the top, and then on the bottom we just have the magnitudes. So these are actually going to be, so we're going to do u first, so we'll square its components and add them together, right? And we do have to have the square root sign here because it's not magnitude squared. So if it's just magnitude to the first power, then we have to have that square root sign. And then v, magnitude of v, is going to be, we're going to square its components, so something that looks like this, squared, and have its square root sign there. Okay, so that's all inside the cosine inverse. Alright, so now I'll continue this on the next, no, just kidding. I'm just going to go up here just so you don't have to like jump between the screen and the next. So this is going to equal, so theta is going to equal cosine inverse of what? We have 1 times 7 if we're multiplying the x components. So we have a, what is it, 7, and then 2 times -3, that's going to be -6, and then 1 times -1 is a -1, and this will be over 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 1 squared, that's square root of 6, and then on the bottom we have square root of what? That's 49 plus 9 plus 1, so that'll be a 59, okay? And as you'll see, we're going to get theta equals cosine inverse of, and this on the top is going to turn out to be 0, and that'll be some number, 59 times 6 under the square root. So all of this on the inside is going to be a big 0, alright? And so theta is equal to cosine inverse of 0, so that means cosine equals 0 at what angle? And cosine is 0 when the theta is equal to pi over 2, or 90 degrees, right? So that means that the angle between those, like I just concluded, was pi over 2, or is pi over 2, or 90 degrees. So that means that u and v are orthogonal, okay? So u, or perpendicular to each other.